Comrade, thank you so much for the series. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world series. This is the fourth series we're having. I want to remind you, I have a lot of videos on YouTube, my channel. Nothing can stop you. Motivation message. Go and watch them. Subscribe to them for me. Thank you for your staggering support you've given me all this while. Very gradual support you've given me all this while. I also remind you, I have ebooks on Amazon Kindle and Gumroad for you. Go building your competitiveness in the crowded planet. $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There is something inside you the world is in need of. $4. Leaders of Generation Thinkers. $5. I have a lot of those ebooks. This is just 5 of them. This is just 4. 5 of them just giving you, but a lot of them go there. There are a lot of books there. You can also make them. So I want to give you a small recap. This is the 4th series. A small recap. The first, second, third series. What did we spoke? We spoke about in the first series. Second, we spoke about the first series. We look at some of the we talk about what is friendship and what we do that friendship is a capital God have given us to invest in ourselves. And the friendship, the expected conviction, don't expect for 2 people. And understood the gradual stage of friendship in section 1, section 2. And the third series, also we understood some of the things you should look for when you are having a friend towards dating. What are some of the things you look for? So you look at some of these very vulnerable, very laudable, proprietary character traits that you have to leverage on. That will represent the true value and resourcefulness of a future marriage. We look at that in that series too. So we are done with that series. You can go to my YouTube channel and watch all those things there. This is also the third. This is the 4th series. You haven't still during the period of dating. The one critical question we want to address: does God select partners for people to date? This we need for us to have a crystallizing. It's a crystallizing force we need for us to deepen escalate understanding on this very issue. It's a very crystallizing for us because there's a very debatable amount. This is a crucial issue that have become very debatable among marriage counselors who are luminaries in the field, whether God can choose a personality for somebody to date or not. It's a very big debate. It's a caveat that we need to demystify. The idea that God does not choose a partner for somebody to date is not 100% true. It's not 100% true. These people who say that God does not choose people to date, they say this because these people base their argument on the fact that in the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 19-26, God presented Eve to Adam as a wife. According to them, God did not choose Eve for Adam. Instead, he presented her to Adam. According to them, Adam had a choice whether to accept or reject it. This indeed is sort of mentality misconstrued. It needs to be demystified. Whatever you want to interpret it, whether God presented him to him, you could have. Yes, of course, Adam had the right to reject if he didn't like it, but did he have an option to reject it? Can God choose somebody for you to date or marry? It can be, it cannot be. It's not that 100% true that there are instances where God have chose people to marry. So you cannot step your neck out and say that, oh, it's not true. God can never choose anybody for me to marry. That one is not true. You can't step your neck out and say that. There are few instances, very positive instances where God chooses or guide people, chooses people to marry. There are instances, but there are few instances. It's possible God can choose marriage partners for people, but it doesn't happen often. In any case, if it will happen, God will reveal it to both partners for confirmation. It should not be the situation where a gentleman approaches the lady and tells the lady that God says I should marry you. Given this situation, God should equally reveal this to the lady and vice versa. In most cases, we see a man will approach in church among Christians who like doing those things. God says I should marry you. When you're back in the university, people are doing that. God says I should marry you. God says you're my wife, and those types of things. I'm not saying that it's not in concomitant with God's words, or it's not in congruence, or it's not consistent with God's words. It can be possible. But what is the situation? The situation is that God should equally also reveal to the woman that vice versa. If God revealed to a woman, God should also reveal to a man. It should be vice versa. If it's not the situation, the lady should reject it, or the man should reject it. The lady should reject it. If God has the power to reveal it to the man, then God should have also revealed to the marriage partner. If God have revealed to you that I'm your wife, God should also reveal to me that you're a husband. Yes, it should be something of That is to follow that common sense. Then equally, God has the power to reveal to a lady that the gentleman is your husband. That would be a perfect marriage arranged by God for illustrious purpose. Yeah, so if God has spoken to you, that is your wife, then God should also speak to the person. If God has the power, if God has the power to reveal to you, God equally has the power to reveal to her to you. I don't try, you're trying to downplay the power of God. If God has the power to reveal to them, God also equally have the power to reveal to her too equally. Then that would be a perfect marriage arranged by God for illustrious purpose. In most cases, most Christians, it has not been. This has not been a narrative where, especially gentlemen approaches ladies, telling them God says that they are their marriage partners without confirmation, revelation from the other side of the lady. This is a powerful deception. Because what type of God will review a marriage arrangement between two people to only one person? It's a powerful deception, because if God has revealed to you, God has the power to reveal to me. Then there will be confirmation. Then we're talking about a serious thing here. Maybe you're being driven by the lady's countenance, you're being driven by her appearance, and you're just trying to conjecture something that is not from God. Most of these things are not from God. I'm telling you, God is not talkative. That anytime God will be talking to you, God is not talkative. That God will be talking to people anyhow. Hey, God says this person is your wife. God doesn't do that. It happens. It does happen, but it's not that often. It's true. It can happen, but it's not very, very, very frequent. It's not prevalent like that. Most of these we have experience back in the university. We used to do this back in the university, especially in the university. We do those things in churches, especially among Christians who do most of these things. They want to use God as a cover up and conjecture something and those things. And these are very, 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 very misleading. Very misleading. And some of them can be very, very, majority of them are very misleading. There's a story I want to share with you where God revealed to two partners that they are married partners and they're married. There is a woman who shared a story with me in a church some couple of years ago. That when she was about getting married, he prayed to God for the right partner. God revealed to her marriage partner through a dream that the partner is in another town. According to her, the supposed husband to be had the same revelation about her from God, and God gave each other their locations. And what happened was that the supposed husband moved from Kumasi in Ashanti region in Ghana to Konongo in Ashanti region in Ghana, where they met each other. They invested time knowing themselves. Subsequently, they got married. This couple are still married even today, perpetually or indubitably or patently, or most importantly. God chooses married partners for people, but it doesn't happen frequently. I've already restricted that. If you count about 100 marriages, less than 3% or 4% do you see God choosing married partners for people. God telling you that you are married, it's only few. It doesn't happen often. Before you can have such an experience, you have to somebody who is spirit filled. People are very spirit filled. God speak to them, they hear. They get the experience. But if you are not very spirit filled, when God speaks, you cannot hear you. Your conscience can be speaking to you. You might think it's God who is speaking to you, but it's your conscience. So you have to be very spirit filled. If you are not spirit filled, you are carnal, and you say God speak to you, it cannot be possible. Very spirit filled, God speak to you, you hear. You are very sensitive. You sensitize your sensitivity to God's promptings. You're talking about serious stuff over here. Now, when God reveals to you, you can also identify what God is revealing to you. That's more. Otherwise, don't deceive, don't fool yourself. Sorry to use that. Don't deceive yourself. That powerful deception and saying that if somebody become your a friend, and through that friendship, you see that the person can be your married partner. God also have revealed to you the person through friendship. There's several ways God reveals things to people. Somebody is your neighbor, and you see that the person is your neighbor, and you see that you have qualities, can be your married partner. God also revealed to you through being neighbors. It's a several way God speaks to people. Let's not be very, 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 very myopic about that. If somebody was your friend, was a classmate, and you see that the person can be, the person have the qualities, you have a very compatibility, there's character compatibility, health compatibility, can be a married. God have revealed to you that the person you're married partner through being your classmate. So it's another way. So let's not say that you want to see something in the sky, something revealing that God have revealed something to you. Let's not be. God have several ways of dealing with people. Let's not be that very fixated with our mindset in that perspective. So that's the third issue you're dealing with. The third issue you're dealing with, in the period of dating, Don't try to take more out of the dating or courtship than what you put in. We're addressing that issue. We're finished with that issue. Don't try to take out of your dating or courtship more than what you put in. Developmentally, during your dating and courtship, you have to develop a growth target for your dating for a period, maybe for a period of 1 year or 2 years. What do you expect to achieve? It shouldn't be just fantasies, romance, cosmetic things. Yes, they're all very important. Romance, intimacy, communication, fine. But you have develop growth target for your dating, a period of 1 year, 2 years. What do you expect to achieve? You and your partner should work on the growth target. That maybe the growth target may center on intimacy and efficient intimacy and effective communication. Time management skills. Maybe you're working towards improving your time management skills, efficiency and communication. Your spiritual maturity target, your contribution towards solving a group problem in a group, in a community, or in a country on a global level. It also can be part of your that if you're able to do it during a period of dating and courtship, it will prepare you to the higher level where your marriage can be solving global problems, solving a lot of problems that the world struggle will be a struggle, the community struggle will be a struggle. So if you have done it during your dating and courtship, solving problems in your group, problem in your community, in your country, you can graduate it to a global level. There are a lot of marital problems, marriage are solving global problems. And we are we have seen Warren Buffett, Susanna Buffett, and all those men, Pierre Body, and all those people. They are global icons, that global influential thinkers and generation thinkers who are doing a lot of things with their marriage. So if you're able to do it during your dating, you can graduate it to that level for yourself. At that period, at the period, if your stability period is a period for 1 year or 2 years, you have that growth target for your dating. Everyone should assess themselves, what they put in, what they took out during the dating and courtship during that period of the growth target you set for yourself, whether 1 year or 2 or 3 years. Just suppose the two. If what you put in is less than what you took out, or what you take out, you have to re-strategize your performance, or you strategize your agilities and your ways to deal with the problem. Otherwise, it will reflect in your marriage where there's high level of imbalances. You're taking more than what you put in. It's a typical case of imbalances that will not help you to experience the expression of explosiveness. These imbalances can be very monstrous or unpleasant or venomous towards a long-term marriage. If you're taking more than you take out, you're taking more out of the dating or courtship than what you put in, it will reflect in your marriage. Where people are trying to, marriage is an institution, and therefore, in as much as you take out, you should also put in. If you don't deal with that imbalances, people are getting more than put in, it will reflect in your marriage, where people are expecting somebody to do more than what the other partner is doing. And this is very, very, very abhorrent for you, and you have to deal with that. They understand that the secret of successful marriage does not only lie in having a right partner, but also being a right partner yourself, giving yourself the best version of yourself, the best possible shape, and that will give you that sort of competitive integrated edge. So you have that mentality, you have that sort of balance, what you put in and what you take out during your period. If you're taking in more than you put in, you have to re-strategize and make sure that you get the right balance during that period of dating and courtship so that it doesn't reflect in your marriage. The attitude you demonstrate, it migrates into your marriage, and you have to have that intimidating measure to intimidate it over the period. Some years ago, this story I want to share with you. Some years ago, I read about a book about couples who were living in Kirinana in Cyprus during their dating and courtship. There were imbalances when you take towards their development. Somebody is taking more than they put in. This reflected in their marriage, created a lot of problems for their marriage, and making their marriage achieve less than what they were expecting from their marriage. And there is something you have to deal with it at that level of dating and courtship, where you see that there is a sort of a balance comparing what you put in and what you take out. When it comes to character traits, when it comes to resourcefulness, when it comes to thinking agility, decision-making abilities, risk-taking ability, when it comes to efficiency, time management, intimacy, communication, anything that you want to inject to it, you see that there's a right balance so that it can build a very prosperous future marriage. I want to remind you before I go, this is the fourth series. That's the end of the fourth series. They're going to bring you the fifth series, and the series, you're going to have a lot of series. You have now taken more issues on your dating and courtship. I want to remind you, have a lot of teachings, have a lot of this. Nothing can this your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. A book I've written on Amazon Camroad for $5. Go and get it. This extract. These teachings are extract from the book. So you can go to my YouTube channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. We have this series for you. So I have Nothing Can Stop Your Motivational Message. Go to my channel. I use Bismarck say. Watch them. Subscribe to them. Thank you. for your very beijing and blistering support you've given me. To have a lot of ebooks for you guys. Have ebooks. Go to Amazon Kindle and Gumroad. Have Building Your Competitiveness in a Crowded Planet for $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There is something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders of Generation Tickets, $5. There are a lot of books, ebooks for you. Amazon and Gumroad. Thank you for your time for the fourth series. You have the fifth series, another series. You're bringing all that you need to know during that period. Thank you so much for your systemic and very, very eclectic support you've been giving me. Bye bye.